problems, and that we must break this silence. When we see something wrong, we must say it's not my problem, not say it's my problem, and jump in. Meanwhile, the mother of a 14-year-old boy who was allegedly gang raped by 5 boys says that he's still traumatized. It's alleged that the incident took place inside toilets of a primary school in Thaba Nchu. A case of rape has been opened, and for more on this story, we now cross to our reporter Aphumelele Mdlalane-who who has more details regarding this shocking story. A very good afternoon to you, Aphumelele. A tragic story taking place on school property. What do we know about what happened? What are the authorities saying about the incident?
Indeed, Peter, one would say this is a tragic incident that has occurred here in the province. And when we're speaking to the mother today, we could see that she is still devastated and terrified, saying that the boy came back from school on Tuesday and she could see from his movement that there is something wrong. But when she tried to talk to the boy just kept quiet and didn't say anything. It's only on Wednesday whereby the boy came forward to the mother and confessed that there's something that happened inside the toilets in his school, and he was confessing that he was scared to come forward, and these boys summoned him to come to the school toilets. And we also understand that these boys are said to be the gangsters of the school. They are operating as gangsters. So simply means, Peter, you could understand that this thing is happening in primary school. One would just be terrified hearing such incident from primary school. But with me here, I'm joined by the Department of Education spokesperson, Mr. Howard Ndaba. As the Education Department, here's the incident, it occurred. But you as the Department of Education, now that this has come to your attention, what can you say about this?
Well, I think it's very important to indicate that as a department, we really condemn this kind of incident. We were shocked. This is really a peculiar incident. In my 10 years in this department, I've never seen something like this. It has shocked us. It has shocked the nation. It has shocked the community, the community of Thaba Nchu. We are very shocked and saddened by this kind of incident. Obviously, we have various programs as a department to curb such kind of incident, even though they happen. We have a program that we deploy to school, like bullying, to raise awareness to learners about how to handle bullying, to also raise awareness to perpetrators as what are the effects of bullying. Because among other things, bullying leads to suicide, it leads to drop out of learners. It really has a very severe impact on learning and teaching, on deliverance of quality education to our learners.
I understand, Mr. Howard, you do mention that there's programs on the school that are addressing this issue. But when we talked to the parent, she did mention to us that it's not the first time the boy comes back with complaints about how he is treated at the school. But now, why has this haven't been? Why it's like now the school kids now are scared of their lives, but you are saying there's programs. How are they effective?
Well, in this case, for example, we are aware that these boys, there are 5 boys who behave like gangsters in the school, and these boys are from suspension. They were suspended from school from the 28th of May until the 1st of June. They came back, and we were really shocked to hear that they've done the same thing. Remember, when they are bullying, when learners are being bullied, they are being also intimidated that if you reveal this, you'll be in trouble. So even these boys, the learners at that school, probably these boys, they will do things, they will steal their items, they will assault them, but they will be told that if you reveal this, you'll be in trouble. So these are the kind of things. This is why we are saying, if as a learner you are being bullied, it is important that you raise that thing with your parents, with your teacher, with whoever that you trust, so that it's bring to our attention. Because if we are not aware as a department, there's very little we can do. But as I'm indicating to you, throughout the year we are running the program to various schools to make sure that we raise awareness about this kind of thing. Sadly, this kind of incident has happened in one of our school,
Now
which is a primary school, by the way.
Let me interject you a little bit. Now there's a victim, and what are you as the department doing to make sure that the victim goes through counseling and it's time for exams, and also the mother to make sure that they make sure that they're coming to terms with this incident?
Immediately when this thing was brought to our attention, we deployed our officials, our social workers, not only to the school but to the parents. Yesterday, we visited the family of the alleged victim. We also visited the family. We went together with the family to the hospital where Lena was receiving counseling by a professional nurse at the hospital. We will continue to do so to provide support to the family. On Friday, we are convening a meeting with all the parents of that school to explain to them what is the way forward and how can we deal together with this. Because in that community, we are understanding that the community, there are parents who are up in arms, raising their concern, legitimately so. But what we have done, on Friday will be around 1 o'clock, we'll be convening a meeting with all the parents of the school to make sure that we chart the way forward together with parents. And we're also calling on parents to really take an interest role, to be interested in the education of their children. Because in most cases, most of our parents, they only come in when there are challenges. We are saying they must be actively involved. They must be activists in our education system. They must know what is happening with their learners. Their children are carrying their pets. So some of these learners are carrying guns. Some of them are carrying knives and dangerous weapons, and they bring those to our school. And some of the learners are being bullied, but they are not even aware. Nobody's aware. You must remember that as education, as teachers, we are not trained as social workers. It will be difficult for us sometimes to identify this kind of things.
Mr. Howard, you also mentioned that there's going to be an internal investigation. Tell us about that.
Well, we are waiting for, because these things before the court, as I'm speaking to you, these learners appeared before the magistrate yesterday, and they were remanded to custody. We are waiting for the decision of the court because they are not yet at school. We have not yet suspended them. We are waiting to hear what will be the final decision of the court on this matter.
All right, Peter, that was the spokesperson for the education here in the Free State. And another thing that I would love to talk about, Peter, is that the police also did mention that these boys were arrested on Saturday and the two were arrested on Sunday. But they did say also this is quite very scary because now these boys are from primary school. It's the first time after a long time they are running this kind of a case. But as I mentioned earlier, the investigations are continuing, and also we understand that these boys are kept in the custody.
All right, Aphumelele, we're going to leave it there, but a very disturbing story, and I can only imagine a story that's shocking the community. But thanks very much indeed for that update. We're going to take a quick break.